Hi, this is Robin Moses, and I am going to be doing a splatter design. So there are easier ways and different ways that you cover up your cuticles and make it to where you don't make a huge mess around the cuticles. I just basically cover the hand up with the paper towel and then cut a few where I know that I'm going to have a lot of paint splattering and stuff like that. It really is overdoing it considering, but like I like to have like some kind of coverage because I end up getting like covered in little tiny little splatters. So I've put the best glue ever. Let me show you. I painted it red first, and then I put the best glue ever on, and it's dry on one hand. Just a little thin coat over the whole thing. Now I'm just going to go in with red glitter. And I'm just going to tap it on. I'm not going to have it like any real place. I chose a color that was close to the same color as the the glitter that I'm using, and I'm using Ena's Crimson Glam. Okay, now this is a hard design to get together. So what I've done is here is my palette. Let me zoom back out of my palette because I really want you to see my palette. All right, here I'm working from here. Okay, now this I've thinned down with water, but it's still goopy. Do you see how it has a buoyancy to it, like a boing, 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 boing? You want that. You want it to be boingy, okay? Then, and I use too much paint, whatever. I waste it, but I want to make sure that I have enough because I hate having to remix colors and I hate having to remix consistencies. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that and loading my brush, okay? Let me back up. Okay, see how when I tap, nothing comes off, okay? If I add a little bit of water and tap, you want it to tap lines. So I have to add more water. And get it a little bit thinner. And take your striping brush, load it all the way up so it's nice and thick with paint, and then tap again. And you'll see that lines are starting to form. Tap, tap with the top of your finger on the brush. And you just have to wait until you get that stripe, okay? When you get the stripe, then you start to tap onto the nail. And that's where you have to have everything kind of covered because it's usually me covered in paint. But I try not to get too much paint on my client. Like, they don't care as long as this is a little bit. But do you see how it's just like a little tiny bits of splatter? This is a design that took forever for us to learn how to do. I worked in this shop and we tried everything. Like, all the girls I worked with, we were all like blowing this paint through a straw, and we were like doing all these different things to try to get this paint to splatter. And finally, you know, one day it was me, of course, that comes up with it because I practiced the most, and I got the paint to splatter, and that was a great day. And then like half the girls learned how to do it and half the girls did not, and the ones that did not hated us. So just so you know, if you don't get this down, it's all about the consistency of your paint. You have to have paint that'll boom make lines, and so you have to do that over. You have to practice over a paper towel. I mean, there's no other way around it. And some paints are just, they don't have the buoyancy to make a line when you tap it. And this is how I'm tapping it. I'm taking my brush just on the topmost, about an inch away from the top of the thing right here. I'm just tap, 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 tap. Okay? And then tap, tap. And once in a while my brush will hit down, and I don't care because that gives it like a little extra something. And it'll leave little tiny lines there and there. Okay? And you can do them in all different directions, okay? So if I want to go this way, then I just hold my brush like this and tap it. But I notice the more that I do it that way, then I get it on my face. And I don't like that. So you guys are going to have them one way. Sorry. It's bad enough, like, you should see me half the time anyway. So, anyway, okay, so then tap, 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 tap. See how I'm like getting into my paint now? I totally can get, I'm in my flow. So I can paint right on there. Boom, boom, boom. And it takes a while to get in your groove and get into your flow and feel your paint flow lines. See how many more lines this nail has? It's just because I found my groove, okay? And I try to keep, you know, like this around the cuticle enough to where I don't have to do it. And I'm sure that those water marbling girls, they have ways to do the cuticle, but I only go around the cuticle for this design. I don't really care. So this is the only one that really gives me a lot of problems with cleaning my cuticle area. So I'm sure they have better ways to do it, but I haven't watched a lot of those yet. I'm always doing nails. So there is that. And then I'm going to go over and try. Oop! This stuck into my nail. The best glue ever. The best glue ever. Rocks, by the way. Hi, Amy. So, there is that. And I am going to go in and I really want you to feel how I'm tapping this brush, because I know that my theater girl, Camille, she wanted me to do this black with green splatters. And Camille, you do this exact same way, only use black paint with green paint, black polish, green paint, okay? So listen up, Camille, this is for you. And let me start with my white. Okay, so here's white. It doesn't show on napkin, so white is pretty easy. So you add your water to white, and then you practice on your hand or your, you know, a color where you can see the splatter, okay? Same exact way, you go through each one. And see how pretty, I love white. White does always so good. So it's always good to end in white, because you know that white is gonna work for you the best. So if you end in white, it'll cover up a lot of your messes with the other colors if you get lots of blobs, okay? Let me get that in frame. And if you have a big, huge, like say you have a big, huge blob right here, hold the white over the top of it and just hit in that area and see how it covers right over your blob. So you can do that. It's like a way to fix your mistakes. It's not really a mistake, but it just makes everything look way cooler. And I was telling my client while we were off camera that when we were trying stuff, we were trying those blow pens. Do you guys remember those things, those little kid blow pens? We were using those blow pens on the nail. And they were working okay, and then you top coat them and then they'd smear, and then we'd cry, and then we'd go eat tortilla chips. That's what we do every day. So there is white, and bow. Now I could use black, but I think I'm just going to keep this really like blingy and really like white and gold. That's like really super pretty. So I'm going to finish this design and then top coat and then show you. Okay, and I am back and finished, and I am going to try to scroll down here so you can see my paint splatters. Now, I haven't cleaned up the cuticles as like I normally do, but hopefully you can see them well enough. If you can't, I'm going to take pictures of them and add them to my blog and to my Facebook, so please go there, and if you try them, please show me at my group page, Robin Moses Nail Art, and I really want to see if you guys can do this. So I hope you guys liked it and had fun, and I will talk to you later. Bye!